Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of Bitcoin, taking a look at what's been going on most recently and what we expect to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so you will not miss another video here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, guys, it is the centralized hub of everything that we do. It is the first place we go to keep you up to date with the latest breaking news when it comes to the crypto industry. Go ahead and check it out. Link is in the description below. It is completely free. It's a fantastic place, fantastic community, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. Okay, let's make a start here with Bitcoin. I am still in the middle of just kind of trying to catch up with everything after meeting up with Charles Hoskinson. So we're going to try to get that interview that we did with Charles Hoskinson out later today. And so we'll talk about everything that he's announced over in Scotland. Basically yesterday or the day before. So what we'll do is we're going to go through that. We're going to get that out to you guys this afternoon. Some fantastic things. So do watch out for that. I am obviously still struggling to make sure I get all my data feeds back up and running just after coming back here late last night. So we'll get those up and running for a stream tomorrow. So do watch out for that. But for now, pretty much business as usual when it comes to BTC. So here we have Bitcoin paired up with the USDT on the hourly chart, and Binance is the data source. Now, as you can kind of see that we've just been ranging, right? And it's been getting worse. Okay, so when we talk about a ranging market, essentially what we mean is we're just trading sideways, right? And this usually happens on weekends quite a bit, but it also happens when the market is very undecided. Okay, basically retail money and kind of, whale money, they don't really come eye to eye with what is going on. And as such, they kind of wait for bigger moves to occur and for the market to decide which way things are going to swing. Right. Now, essentially, sometimes these can be fantastic, these ranging markets. Sometimes they can give you really good setups for a big move. And at other times, they don't actually give you very good, clear directions. OK, and as you can see here, when I said it was getting worse, essentially that is true. We actually were starting with this range here. We went up to this A wave. We came down to this B wave. And, we were expecting to move up into the C wave. But instead, we've just bounced between these two levels, kind of ranging sideways. As you can see, this yellow box here and this white box here. If I actually go ahead and make this one white as well, just up here, you can kind of see what I mean. We're basically stuck trading sideways in here on the larger time frames. Now, as we kind of make this worse, we can see that these two yellow dashed lines down here, we're also ranging inside the range and basically just going sideways. Now, these typically are areas where most traders avoid. They avoid the ranging markets because essentially there isn't that much price action and you get trapped out. As in, if you thought you were going to go long, but then eventually the market breaks down, you got trapped inside here, right? Likewise, if you were to go short thinking the market was going to go down and it goes up, then you got basically trapped inside this range. So most traders, professional traders, like the 1% of successful traders out there, they avoid these kind of scenarios, right? You don't trade the sideways markets, you don't trade the ranging markets, you get loads and loads and loads of false signals. Okay, and essentially it's just not good. Okay, so you avoid these and you wait for the better setups. You wait for the market to decide a direction, and then you can take stock of the situation and analyze it and then proceed with your trading activities. So for the moment, it's been relatively boring. Okay, I definitely haven't been trading this. There's only a couple of opportunities on some altcoins because they are not ranging. Okay, so you can definitely see things going on with some altcoins that look pretty good. But in the case of Bitcoin here, and a few others that are just kind of ranging, we've been avoiding them. We haven't really been actively trading them. We just leave them alone and we'll come back to them. Now, as you can see, we still have these two possible options. As this ranging market continues, I think it's more and more likely that we do not have that $18,500 dollar potential here. Instead, we have more of a breakdown. Now, as these kind of ranging markets continue, the other kind of terminology that's used for these is a continuation pattern. Okay, when it comes to a continuation pattern, what we have to kind of consider here is the move that led into it, which is a downward price action in this case. Okay, we then trade sideways through here in this kind of continuation, and then we continue going down afterwards. Okay, that's why they call it a continuation pattern. It's kind of like a pause on the market, let things kind of reset, no big price movements occur, and then bam, you push back down. Now, it is still technically possible that we have that $18,000 kind of range actually get hit before we move down, because again, the subwave counting would indicate that it is a possibility. So we should be mindful over that. So it's not a guarantee that we just break straight down. I just think it's less likely as time has progressed here that we do actually hit that $18,000 level. Instead, we've got the $15,000 or even the $13,000 scenarios. So we need to be really aware of those things and kind of what they might mean to price action. Essentially here, we might have a lot of different kind of corrections all being strung together inside this little area that actually it's a big reset altogether. 15's off the card, but 13 definitely isn't. Okay, so we want to keep these things in our heads as we kind of think about, what happens next. Now, on a Sunday, typically, you tend to find that price does tend to want to go up. And this is because of the weekly positions, right? So usually the weekly close positions, the bulls try to push that price up above some key levels. Now, taking a look at this, specifically with where we've been consolidating on our weekly time frame here, is going to be approximately, in fact, actually, I'm going to take this little level just here, right? So basically 17,600 to 18,800. This particular area is of interest to me. And the reason for this is obviously we had wicks in here, okay? So we can see that they had these wicks coming in, all of these in fact, and we always bounced from this area. Then we broke it, and now there's potential to test this area for rejection. So basically think of this as support or resistance, or as I prefer to think of these things, this as a supply demand zone. Okay, so here there's loads of demand for buying. Okay, you can kind of see it here. We broke it. And now we want to see if that previous demand area turns into supply. Okay, so if I go ahead and grab hold of this for a second and I type in here demand, and we'll just drop that right onto there. So that was previously demand, and I come over here, and what I'm thinking is we are likely to see this as supply. Okay, so if we think about the Sunday there today, we might get this push up, maybe if we're lucky, pushing up into the supply zone, but I don't think it's going to be long lived, and we'll have to come back down from here. Okay, so if we think about this on a weekly time frame, the weekly close position is going to be an interesting one. Are we going to close above the 17,603 level, or are we not? And likewise on the monthly time frame, actually, if I bring up the right one here, let me find it, this one here. And if we bring this up into our monthly, there's a little bit of lag there. Yeah, if we bring this up here for a second, we can kind of see the 13,880, this one just over here, and the $9,500. And you can see that we're really testing this area of previous demand as well. Specifically on the monthly, we kind of come down. We're looking for a monthly close outside of this, in my opinion. If we come down here nicely, then of course we can start thinking about that movement. So we are a few days out of this one, so just keeping a close eye on the monthly time frame as well. So there's a lot of things to think about, specifically on the weekly time frame, the monthly time frame, and of course the ranging markets that we're seeing on some of these others. Now, as I was talking about yesterday, we can acknowledge, where we sit with on the kind of stochastic RSIs, where those momentum indicators also sit, right? So we have the hourly chart here looking to progress back up into the overbought area. You can kind of see that it's just bouncing around all over the place as we trade sideways. No clear direction in terms of the momentum indicator on the smaller time frames. But as I kind of come up into the 4 hourly, you can see it's almost back up in the overbought area. The 8 hourly is in fact up in the overbought area. And if I go ahead and add in here the 12 hour, you can see it's overbought. If I come in on the 16 hour, it's overbought, right? So there's definitely a lot of things going on across some of these other time frames that you wouldn't normally look at, right? So when I think about momentum and I think about, okay, well, where is that momentum actually taking us? There's a lot of momentum shifting to the downside I see in the next few days. So essentially, I think that this market is more than likely going to be breaking down. I think that's the most probable scenario here. However, until this ranging market completes, which probably won't be until the end of the day, we aren't going to have a crystal clear picture as to exactly what is going on. But my hunch is that considering the larger timeframes outside of the daily, so as we kind of work our way up to it, it's all heading up into that overbought area. The probability in my mind is that we are going to be breaking down, probably heading down towards 15, maybe even $13,000 over the next week or so. And like I said, that monthly time frame, okay, that monthly time frame essentially being 13,800 as a clear support level, we could be seeing that maybe coming on in by the end of the month. It's going to be interesting to see how it kind of unfolds. What I will do though, guys, is I'm going to get everything set up here back in the studio, in the back cave, if you will, for a stream tomorrow on Monday morning, where I'll go through all the wallet data as well. So do join me on Twitch for that, and it'll be super exciting to see exactly what is going on with all those whale counts, etc. So until then, have a fantastic day, guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one.